Hey everyone, today we're going to be performing a battery change in a G Shock GA-100BW, and this is the 5081 module. Let's get right into it. Starting off with what we're going to need, we're simply going to need a small Phillips head screwdriver, ideally metal tweezers, but if you don't have metal tweezers, you can just use a metal paper clip, and of course our replacement battery, which is a CR1220. Very quickly, I wanted to note that you do not need to remove the straps from this watch since they're not blocking the case back from coming off, but I'm going to go ahead and remove them just so you guys can see what I'm doing a little bit easier. Alright, so our first step is going to be removing these 4 case back screws, and we'll set them aside for later. Now with our screws removed, we can go ahead and lift our case back right off. And don't worry, sometimes the gasket comes out attached to the case back. We'll be able to put that back in place when we're reassembling the watch. Now that we're inside the watch, I usually like to grab my tweezers or that paper clip, and I'll slide under this little plastic retaining ring, and I'll lift up, pull that out, and set it aside. Now we can go ahead and rotate our watch over, and as you can see, there's a little latch here. This is what's holding the battery in place. We simply want to grab our tweezers or paper clip behind that latch, pull out towards us, and that will unlatch the battery. Now we can pull that old one out and get rid of it. Now we can come in with our new battery. Again, this is a CR1220, and I always suggest holding it by the sides if you don't have gloves or finger covers on. We're simply going to drop it right in place and press that latch down. You'll hear it snap right in place. Now our new battery is installed. Now at this point, before performing my AC reset, I usually like to try to get that plastic retaining clip that we took out back in place. But if you paid attention, you may have noticed when I took that ring out, my module shifted slightly, so I'm going to show you how to get it realigned just in case yours moved out of place. So that retaining ring simply holds our module in place. It's crooked right now, and usually what happens is right here is where our button plunges and it hits this metal tab. So what we want to do is grab that tab, pull it back slightly, and then kind of shift our module, and you'll feel it click right into place there. Now we can come back in with that plastic retaining ring, and we simply want to match. There's a little groove here. That's where this metal tab is going to go through. And it will slide right in place. Now we no longer need to worry about our module shifting around. So at this point, we're going to want to perform our AC reset. This is simply going to reset our module to factory defaults, clear any errors if there are any. This is where having those metal tweezers comes in handy, but if we're using a paper clip, simply bend it into an arch. You just want to have 2 metal points. So we're going to look at the module right here. There's a label AC with an arrow pointing into this hole, and as you can see, there's a gold tab at the bottom. What we simply want to do is contact one end of our metal to that gold tab and the other end to the metal on our module, and hold it there for about 2 seconds. And then just to ensure that we've performed the reset correctly, this metal spring here, I always like to hold a finger over it because we don't want that to fall out. That is important for the sound of our watch. I'll flip my watch over, and if we perform the reset correctly, we should see it start flashing sub. So our module is reset and we are ready to reassemble the watch. Since we already have that retaining clip in place, the only thing left to do is reinstall our gasket. It's simply a circle. So I'm going to drop it right in the groove here. And I always like to grab my tweezers, make any fine adjustments if needed. We just want to make sure that that gasket is perfectly seated in that groove so it maintains a tight seal for us. Next, we can go ahead and reinstall our case back. So we want to remember that this metal tab sticking up here indicates the lower portion of our watch. We simply want to make sure that our Casio and G Shock logos are properly oriented. So we'll drop that right in place, and you'll feel it kind of fall into the groove. There's 2 pieces sticking up here. So now all we need to do is reinstall our 4 case back screws. What I typically will do is just hold my thumb on the case back, drop my screws in, just get them started, and now all we need to do is snug them up. And remember, they don't need to be super tight, just snug is all. Now I'm going to go ahead and reinstall those straps, and I'll meet you guys at the final step. So at this point our watch is working, however we do need to realign our hands, that way when we set the time they'll display the correct time. So to do this we're going to press and hold our forward button. We'll hear it beep, and then it'll start flashing that sub again with an H set. So the sub is this sub dial, and for this to be zeroed we want it to be pointing directly up. Unfortunately we have to tap it each time and it can only go forward. Next, to adjust our hands, we're going to press mode and we'll see 000. So essentially this is where the watch thinks 12 o'clock is. That's why if you set the time before doing this, it'll display the incorrect time. So we're going to adjust with our forward. Get these hands pointing to 12 o'clock. And once we're done with that, we'll simply press adjust. And now our hands are properly calibrated, so when we set the time, they'll display the correct time. And at this point we are done. As we can see, all of our modes are cycling through. Our backlight works, and if we press and hold our adjust, we can hear a beep, so our beep is still functional. Thank you all so much for joining me in this battery changing tutorial. I really hope that it was clear and helpful. If you have any questions for me, please be sure to leave them down below in the comments. And if you're interested in more tutorials and watch related content, please do consider subscribing. I cover a wide range of G Shock, Baby G, and normal Casio products, so stay tuned for more. Thanks everyone.